Max and Chloe are hands down the face of the Life is Strange franchise, so it was of no surprise to me at all that Deck 9 decided to, eventually, continue their story, or at least Max's story. The trailer, released on Sunday the 9th of June as part of the Xbox's showcase, makes no mention of Chloe at all, and her absence was definitely felt in the comments. I hope we haven't got a Joel situation here, but it remains to be seen. Chloe aside, the trailer looks amazing, and has certainly been one of the most exciting aspects of the Xbox show so far. For me, that is. However, with it comes a lot of questions. The first is about what is canon. This is something that's been in debate between fans for some time. As Life is Strange is a heavily choice-based game, the outcome for every player is different. However, as every Life is Strange fan will know, it mostly boiled down to one decision in the end: to save Arcadia Bay or save Chloe. If the game developers chose one decision for us over the other, then it completely disregards the decisions the rest of the fans made, and then it feels a bit like a slap in the face. However, the trailer implies that both endings could potentially be canon. Now, I don't know how it's going to play out, but imagine we can input our final decision again at the beginning of the game, in the same way we were able to do in Life is Strange 2, and regardless of your decision, you'll be able to visit both timelines and go between the two. This solves the headache the studio would have of making two completely different timelines, where players would only experience either one or the other. It's either a stroke of genius, or a cop-out. You decide. Your actions will have consequences. Ha, ha. On a broader point, the trailer made me wonder where the Life is Strange franchise is now heading, and what even defines as a Life is Strange game. Is it the supernatural element, the interconnected stories, the choices, the combination of them all? If they keep making interconnected stories where everyone has a superpower, then if everyone's super...
no one will be.
Anyway, as much as they've tried to separate stories in the same universe, nothing has topped Max and Chloe, begging the question if they themselves define the franchise. On the back of that, I absolutely love Life is Strange Before the Storm and Life is Strange 2, but my interest started to wane a bit with True Colours, and I thought Alex's power was a bit naff and undefined. The game didn't have nearly the same impact and I wasn't able to finish it, and I think part of the reason is because I was still hooked up on Max and Chloe. I certainly wasn't alone. The developers clearly knew this as well, lassoing us in with references from the first game and Before the Storm, such as Steph in True Colours, seeing Arcadia Bay, and seeing David in Life is Strange 2. And then there was this photo, which, I kid you not, I spent nearly an hour on. Yup, just looking at this photo. Yes, I know, I'm sad. Very, very sad. Max and Chloe's story clearly had an impact and continued to do so for many people, including myself. The comics were a fantastic way of enjoying more stories about the pair and a way of continuing the game. The stories were so good, I would honestly have been happy for them to be canon. Maybe they are. The comics following one outcome, the game's another. But I must say, with the trailer, I'm now more intrigued than ever as to what they're going to do next. Max looks completely different, and I'm embarrassed to admit that going into the trailer blind, I didn't even recognise her until the part of the trailer right here. But nevertheless, I'm so glad the developers decided to continue her story, and I of course hope we will get to see Chloe too. I kind of suspected something was in the works when the studio announced the Life is Strange remaster a couple of years ago. Although I am perplexed as to why they didn't update Max's look to remain consistent between the remaster and the new game, but truth be told, it doesn't bother me that much, and I think she looks fantastic. So perhaps it's a moot point. Life is Strange, the characters, and the ending I chose, which was to save Chloe and Max by the way, left a huge impression on me. I cared, and still do care deeply about them. And so I'm of course very excited about the game, and if the parallel universe concept is handled correctly, it could be a stroke of genius. Heck, they could even make a reference to the comics and then we'd have a Life is Strange multi-universe on our hands, and that would be either really cool or it wouldn't. Either way, I look forward to seeing more of this. And you know what, guys? Max is back.